for another movie review. I'm going to be going back and forth sometimes, doing reviews for movies that are just coming out, and going back and reviewing some movies that I saw but I didn't do a review of for whatever reason. Today, let's look at maybe the dumbest movie of the year that you might still have fun with. But let's talk about Godzilla vs. King Kong. Okay, Godzilla vs. Kong is a story of how Godzilla's been on a rampage, and somehow the American government has captured King Kong. Don't ask me how, because the movie never explains it, after the events of Kong Island, which takes place in the 70s. Meanwhile, this takes place now, and he lives in a holodeck kind of place. He's being controlled by this little girl who he happens to be friends with, never explained why, who happens to be the stepdaughter of a scientist played by Rebecca Hall. So to figure this out, an evil organization goes to a guy who's writing a book about how the earth is hollow. Science people. Like I said, this is not the smartest of movies. Played by Alexander Skarsgård. So him and Rebecca Hall's character and little girl go to take Kong to somewhere so that they can stop Godzilla, I think. Meanwhile, there's a Shadow League organization who is the reason that Godzilla's attacking countries. Meanwhile, what they're doing isn't really evil. Yeah, there's a lot to go through with this movie, and it's a lot of dumb. Listen, if you're going to see this movie, and I just recently got it on Blu-ray, there's only one reason to see this movie. Big monster fights big monster. That's it. And the fights are pretty good. I enjoyed them. They have a lot of cute action sequences. They have a lot of fun action sequences. And they fight a lot in this movie. So much so at points I kind of felt it was overdone and they need to stop it. But it is choreographed well for two CGI monsters just punching the hell out of each other. Some of the CGI does not work at times, because this is a CGI punch fest. And while I can compare this to something like Pacific Rim I felt was a little bit smarter, because their fight sequences never dragged. Also, the fact that you had robots who were losing limbs and things like that. Here, while they were taking damage, you never felt like the fight was going to stop. And there were moments, especially in the third act, where they tried to convey tension, but I never really bought it for the most part. But it was a hell of a lot of fun watching people just punch the hell out of each other. The story is very basic, and it has way too many characters. At only about like an hour and 50 minutes, you literally could have got this movie shorter, because there's this whole subplot with Millie Bobby Brown's character from the last movie, King of Monsters, where her and the kid from Deadpool and this black guy who's supposedly leaking information to the public, and it has nothing to do with the movie in all honesty. Other than one fact that they come into near the end of the movie, they never interact with Kong or Godzilla. They never interact with our main humans, which is Rebecca Hall, Skarsgård, and the little girl's character. And they never actually meet the two monsters. So they serve no purpose but just a waste of time. Matter of fact, I always make fun of Pacific Rim for having the dumbest line in the world, where they go, oh, he has an EMP generator, one of the monsters. And one of the characters go, oh, that's okay, because our robot is analog. What? This movie has truly the dumbest line in the world, where Millie Bobby Brown's character and the kid from Deadpool 2 talks to the black guy and is like, oh, why do you buy so much bleach? He goes, I bathe myself in bleach. And as soon as he said that, I go, no you don't, because if you do, you'd be dead, and your skin wouldn't be black anymore. Your skin would be pink. And you would have no hair. This movie's dumb like that. There's a scene where I don't know how or why, and there's no explanation for most of this. They go to the center of the earth, they find out it's hollow, and on top of it there's a sunrise. How? You're in the middle of the earth. And they literally, Wile E. Coyote, Bugs Bunny style, shoot upwards and end up in China or Japan. Oh my god, this movie's so dumb. But it can be a lot of fun. I will say this, Rebecca Hall was her good self, and I like her and Skarsgård teamed up together. But it's kind of hard to get invested with them because this is a monster movie. And I will say this, at least it never ended up in a love story. It was just these two characters who were trying to get their mission done. So congratulations, movie, on that. But this movie's so dumb. And every choice it made. The bad guys are bad guys because they're making Mecha Godzilla. And Godzilla attacks them because of, is attacking the US because of that. But while there's villainized, wouldn't you want a Mecha Godzilla to, because Godzilla's like, he's an uncontrollable monster. Wouldn't you want him defeated or subjugated or anything like that? I never felt like this movie actually thought of what was going on. It always felt like they were just going for what's the best spectacle of the movie. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was dumb fun. This is a movie where you can sit around with your pals, grab a beer, and just riff on it, make fun of it. That's all I can say about this movie. This is like literally like a Fast and the Furious movie with monsters. So I would have to give it a 5.5. I would watch it again, but then again I am a Rebecca Hall fan, so I'd probably watch it for her, and she tries her best with the nothing material she's given. And the fight scenes are fun, if not overly long. And probably just to laugh at how stupid it is. So that's my thoughts about Godzilla vs. King Kong. What did you think about it? It's available on VOD and Blu-ray, and some people actually saw it. I saw it in theaters, so I think it is a spectacle, and that's all you can say. So that's it for today. See you later.